right, what is up, guys? War number 2, season 35, New Nation. We're facing Gt40 here, hoping to have a good bounce back war. I'm taking path 4, section 1, and then I'm sharing lane 9, section 2. My alliance mate Shaq is taking the first fight. I'm taking the second, and then I'm taking a Mojo Mini on brute force limber node. So to start off here, I have Gt40 Panther on the node. I'm not sure what the all the titles are, honestly, but it's basically that your opponent hits really hard the more debuffs that you have on you, or non-damaging debuffs. So here I'm actually taking both fights on this path with warlock. My warlock is rank 4, and I figured I'd be fine. I don't take this lane that often, so I was a little worried that there might be something that kind of surprises me, but I was more worried about Gt40 Panther in general, because she can be kind of annoying. She has a cleanse mechanic that I'm sure if you study it, it would make more sense, but sometimes it acts and sometimes it doesn't. So going into this fight, I knew I was going to basically play her stun immune, and when she throws a special 1, I was not going to try to dex it. I was going to try to push her to special 2s, because she has a fail mechanic if you try to dex certain things, and also you cannot punish her special 1 because she will parry you. I find her animations to be super quick, so that's why I find her to be a little bit difficult. I did duel her a few times, and they went well. So here I start out with heal block, and like I said, this node has some weird mechanic where when you have a certain amount of non-damaging debuffs on you, I think it's 3, she gets like a fury passive that increases her attack by like 100%. So I knew she was going to be hitting pretty hard. She was hitting into my block. I was hoping she wouldn't hit me too hard. I think I started this fight off with I had a 200% tech boost. I can't remember if I had a power start 1 or an invulnerability. I think I had an invulnerability boost here just in case it got tagged, because Gt40 hits pretty hard. So far it's going pretty good. The opponent has willpower, so she's not gaining that much power, which is good. So I could just kind of bait her heavies, which I did there, and she goes down pretty good. So I didn't lose that much health. That fight was pretty clean. I've just seen Gt40 fights go bad in the past. So I heal up, and then I take this next fight against Havoc. It's very similar to the node I just took, except instead of getting fatigue buffs, which decreases your crit rating, it has a node that puts weakness on you, which decreases your attack by 10% per 1, I think. The only thing I was worried about was the insult to injury, which decreases your ability accuracy, or your defensive ability accuracy, by 15% per debuff on you. And Havoc puts a lot on you from plasma charges, so I wasn't sure if that would really hurt my block proficiency or not, but it ended up not really mattering. So I'm not very good at repairing. I just seem to struggle with it. So here I just kind of play him stun immune. I try to push him to special 2s if possible, because it's super easy to dex. I can dex the special 1, especially if it's unblockable, of course, because you have to. But my goal was just to kind of push him to special 2s if I needed to. But I think I do end up dexing 1 special 2 here at some point. I think here I was trying to get the weaknesses to fall off, and that's why I was retreating there. Because I mean, if they stack up, if you get 3 weaknesses on you, it decreases your attack by 30%. He gets to a special 2. This actually was a little scary. He throws it, and I dexed this a million times. I tried to dex that, and it didn't. And sometimes when you try to dex it, if you get hit by, I don't know, it's just weird timing, and it'll actually hit you, and having special 2 hits like a bitch. So yeah, I was glad that obviously I didn't get hit by that. So next fight is on path 9. My alliance mate Shaq, who I still haven't forgiven for taking all my Herc fights last season, took this first fight. So then I'm taking this next one. I'm taking it to Toad, and I'm taking him with Nimrod. This is my first war fight with Nimrod, and I'm kind of a Nimrod noob, so I asked some alliance mates. I was like, all right, so what do I do? And one said, you want to basically only throw your special. Sorry, I should back up. I said I know that I need to parry until I get 10 armor ups or whatever, and then throw my special 2. And then he said, make sure you're in blitz mode. And I said, what does that mean? And then another alliance mate said, when the orange icon's up. So I said, okay, I got it. Actually, I said, I don't know my colors, but that was a joke. So yeah, my goal here is just to parry Toad. Also because it's shock bleed and what's it called, hazard shift. I cannot hit him during the shock phase because Nimrod is not shock immune, but he is bleed immune. So hopefully everything goes well. I did practice dexing Toads heavy in the corner just in case that happened. And it's pretty easy. I thought it was 3 parts. It's only 2 parts. But yeah, so here I missed a parry there, but I work on just parrying him until my little icon says 10. I should have hit his block a little more to give myself a little more room, but it worked out. He went over to bleed mode, and then here I'm in the orange icon, and I throw my special 2, and I was like, okay, he's dead. But he wasn't quite dead, and I know Toad has regen, and even though I have a rank 3 duped, I was like, crap, I don't know if I can hit him, and he's in the shock mode too, and I was like, you know what, F it, I'm just going to go for it, and clearly it worked out. So that was all good. That was my fight, and then I went to sleep, and then by the time I took this mojo, we had already lost the war. But still, just in case I wanted to boost, I didn't want to have a stupid death. And I looked at this mojo's health pool. He's a rank 4. He has like 350,000 health. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this fight's going to suck. Yeah, I mean, and just mojo can be kind of a bitch. So because of the global, or because of my, what's it called, attack tactic, I don't get buffs, so I don't have to worry about Mystic Dispersion. But still, mojo can just be a little difficult, especially with brute force if he doesn't want to throw his specials. So I tried to kind of play him stun immune at some point here. I forget, and I just end up parrying him a couple times, and then I remember, and I was like, shit, don't do that anymore. But yeah, thankfully I have class advantage and I-bomb, especially once he gets his toxic aura going from the special 2. It works really well in mojo and kind of mows him down. But my goal here is just to bait out his special 1s, because mojo's special 1s are pretty easy to get away from, and they don't hit too hard, worst case scenario. But his special 2 is pretty nasty. So fired my special 2. I think I actually do push him to a special 2 because he didn't want to throw that, and so I wanted to keep my space as well. Actually, no, he just did a special 1. So toxic aura is up, and he goes into acid burn. I think that's where I did the majority of my damage there. But yeah, he has 350 health. So what did I do here? I think, okay, I threw a heavy to get myself some space, and he got power from that. So at this point, I was a little worried. I had what did I have? Did I have an invuln boost on? I can't remember. I think I did, so I could have tanked a special 3. Oh yeah. Also, it was here when I realized I had 3 disorients on me. I was like, how'd that happen? Oh shit, I've been parrying. Can't do that anymore. So anyway, yeah, got a little sloppy, but I probably should have held for another special 2, but I just kept seeing his health pool get lower and lower, and I was like, I can just kind of just grind this one out. So anyway, all in all, it was a decent war for me. Didn't die. Only had 4 fights. We did lose this war. Our battle group didn't do the greatest. We had 5 deaths of the 9. So we're 0-2 to start. It's not a good start. Hopefully we can kind of pick up the pieces and play a little bit better moving forward, and get a W here in our 3rd war. So thanks for watching, and congrats to GT. They're a great alliance. I have a lot of respect for them. So I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.